I'm George Mariner Mall, Artistic Director of the Discovery Orchestra. Some of you may have seen the DVD of our television show, Discover Beethoven's Fifth, which began airing on public television stations across the United States in March 2011. On the DVD version, the other three movements, besides the first movement featured in the show, are included with some very brief comments before each movement. In the event you have not seen the DVD, on it, there's a brief discussion of variation form, in which I challenge the viewers to imagine ways to vary the letter A. So if you have not already done this exercise, take some time now to visualize a capital printed A. Now take another moment just now to imagine how you could vary this A. How'd you do? Did some of you picture a lowercase a? Or how about turning that capital printed A on its side, or flipping it on its head so it's upside down? How about picturing a great big cursive A? All of this is to get you to think like a composer. And when a composer uses variation form, they vary or change an original idea, but in such a way that we can still recognize the original idea. All this is done with sound. Jazz musicians essentially create variants on themes virtually every time they perform. Part of the pleasure of listening to jazz is to enjoy this spontaneous variation creation. I'd like to welcome back my friend, pianist Dan Creasy, and I'll ask Dan to play the first phrase of our Harold Arlen song, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, again in the original Arlen version. Now, you know how the tune goes. I'd like Dan now to play an undetermined number of variations of that first phrase. I say undetermined because since you know the phrase, your job is to count the number of variants he creates. Each of these will be sort of a sample of a direction that Dan might go if he were playing an entire chorus from this song. Hint, every time you sense the words somewhere over the rainbow starting up again, you know he's commencing a new variation. So, did you get 4? Good listening. And in a moment, I'm going to ask Dan to play an entire chorus and have him vary it any way he wants. But before we do that, I'd first like to extend another invitation to you. If there is a musical idea or a listening topic you would like us to take up in one of these chats, Just email your request to info@discoveryorchestra.org. We'll do our best to accommodate your request, and we'll let you know when it's going to be in the queue. Now, once again, pianist Dan Creasy is going to play his take at this very moment of an entire chorus, if that's okay with you, Dan, of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Dan, see you soon again, I hope. And see you again soon for chat number 16.